Positive seed manifestation is based on what you believe. Outcome depends on how the situation perceived. And ain't no limit to what the power of the mind can achieve. Keep it going, never stopping, never slowing.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tribe 11 Podcast. As always, it's Nick and Devin.
What's up, guys? So today we wanted to kind of go over setting up an accountability team or an accountability plan to help make sure that you are setting yourself up for success. Because at the end of the day, if you're not holding yourself accountable, or if you can't rely on yourself to push yourself to make sure you make it to the gym and get in those workouts, or make sure you're getting all your macros eaten, then are you relying on someone else, or are you relying on a chart? You know, what is your deal? What is your plan? Because if you don't have a plan, then how are you going to know where to go? So with that, do you have something set in place? Some of the few things that just off the top of my head would be, setting up a reward system for yourself. Do you normally find yourself falling off track because you want to eat out or have a cheat day? Okay, well, set up a, chart, or use a calendar and, X off the days that you hit the gym, and you have to hit the gym a certain amount of days for you to have that cheat meal at the end of the week. Give yourself a reward for actually, sticking to it. Use a partner, use a buddy. If someone else is working out, whether they're just starting their journey or they're at the same point in their journey as you, link up with them. See if they want to start working out together. All of a sudden, if you're trying to work out with them or if they're trying to work out with you and you're not being able to get hit up, or you're canceling them all the time, let them know, tell them to tell you straight up, hey, you need to get to the gym. You have a goal, X, Y, and Z. Let's go. Stop being lazy. Get off your ass and let's get it.
Yeah, Devin, you want to work out with me? Like that.
Which is never usually the conversation. It's usually like, hey, Nick, are we going to work out?
My back hurts.
My back hurts. My hip hurts.
You don't need to tell them that. Another great one is a deadline, timeline. Give yourself a certain date, a certain time span that you're trying to accomplish something, whether it's drop a certain amount of weight, drop a certain amount of body fat, or put on some muscle. It can even be as small as a certain weight you want to do for a specific exercise, a specific lift, anything like that.
Like setting goals. It doesn't, exactly. Set a goal for yourself. And if you're already looking super far out, and you're like, I need to drop 100 pounds, it's like, okay, that goal is too far. I'm not saying don't set that goal, but set mini goals within that goal. Make something that you can achieve. If you hit that goal, then give yourself a reward. If it is a lift, like Nick was saying, or if it is a weight, or you're trying to lose or something like that, have something in place that you reward yourself. It doesn't have to be super big. It doesn't have to be extravagant, but acknowledge the fact that you've been consistent and you've held yourself accountable. Nick, when you were doing your show and stuff, what was your biggest thing? Because I know obviously having to see me in the gym and have me chew you out, besides, well, actually now thinking about it, I guess I was kind of one of your accountability factors, because
exactly.
I realized that I just realized that you not showing up to the gym and knowing that you needed to be there, I would literally text you and be like, yo, where are you at? And then you're like, yo, I am on the elliptical, or I'm on the Stairmaster. And there has been a handful of times I was in between clients and I literally went and checked on your ass to make sure you're actually there. And you're always just there yeah, I'm here, man. I'm dying, but I'm here.
That's kind of crazy. That's scary because that gave me nostalgia. Thinking about it, reading those texts, seeing those texts yo, where are you? It gave me that feeling of, even if I was or am on the, the Stairmaster elliptical, in my head, I'm like, shit. If I'm not there, or if I didn't do this, damn.
But I feel do you think that it made you try to push yourself a little bit harder on those things? Or even if you were lifting, if you knew that I texted you or something and I would potentially be walking over at any point, you think you're I don't want to see him. I don't want him to see me half-assing it right now.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Having that external factor of, accountability itself, it's like a pressure in a sense, but a good pressure where it's I have to do this, that someone's watching me, or expecting me to hold up my end on something. That's that external factor. But big things that help me to as an internal factor is, one, the deadline. It's yes, I was preparing for a show, but I knew I had to be at a certain point within the 12 weeks. I had to follow the meal plan to the grammage of each meal that I was eating, and I had to meet every single one according to plan. Having a plan, on a daily basis of what I'm going to eat is actually what held me most accountable.
And I think also like with that too is like you having that long-term deadline, even though it wasn't super long, but 12 weeks. But thinking about it, we had many deadlines in between because like we were weighing in together every 2 weeks, and I would literally make you take your shirt off and be like, yo, it's time. Like you're at this weight. I need you, on the scale. I need to see your body fat percentage. Like what's your body doing? And there was no way around it. So you had that accountability factor of like getting checked in also. So, that's one thing that you could do as well. Like at our gym, we used, the InBody, but, if you go to a different gym or something like that, like see if they have a scale or see if they have an InBody or see if they have a body fat test, like start tracking it and let someone else know like what your results are. Don't hold it internally, because that could be a huge thing. All of a sudden they know you're supposed to check in another 2 weeks. They're like, hey, what was your new weight? Didn't you check in again? And then all of a sudden, if you're like, damn, I have to tell them a higher weight or a higher body fat percentage, like you're going to try to push yourself a little bit more before they ask you. So that could be another external accountability factor or measure that you can take.
I'm pulling up the picture that it's crazy that I have of you teaching me how to pose or helping me pose.
I have that picture, yeah.
It came up in my memories. That's crazy that it was actually a check-in. I forgot what week it was in, but we were actually getting down like pretty low.
I think that was the check-in that you also got chewed out.
That's right, because I wasn't I ran out of it.
Because you stopped taking like 50% of your carbs because you didn't want to eat it, so I was making you drink it, and then all of a sudden you took off your shirt, and I was like, yo, what the hell happened?
I looked so flat.
And I was like, your muscle is deflated. And you're like, well, I don't know. I'm doing everything like you said. And I was like, really? Did you stop taking anything? You stopped, and then all of a sudden we found out the problem was, you stopped taking the carbs. But that was one thing that did hold you accountable, is definitely those check-ins for sure. One other thing that you could use besides like a reward system or besides having to depend on someone else, because not everyone, and you may not have someone to depend on, which, if that's the case, it's okay. Like, try to make a gym buddy and, try to find someone that you can relate to and push with. But if you can't, or if you're not that person that, is going to go out and meet and greet everyone that you see, by all means, do it on your own. But when you do it, you have to have something. So find out what your why is. Find out something that is going to hold you accountable, something that's greater than the physical and the mental push and the mental pain that you're going to be going through each and every day, the days that you don't want to go into the gym, right? What is your why? Is that why big enough to hold you accountable to get you to go into the gym? If not, then maybe you need to reevaluate what your true why is. Because if you really dig deep, your reason why is going to be bigger than anything. And it's not the same for everybody. But you might just be like, oh, I want to look good. Okay, but why do you want to look good? Oh, because I want to have a six-pack. But why do you want to have a six-pack? Like, break it down. So this isn't going to be like a super long episode. We just want to kind of get on there and talk about, having that accountability factor, because we do see this on a daily basis of people battling it themselves. So we just want to kind of touch base and give a little bit of pointers, a little bit of quick tips on, why accountability is so crucial. Because at the end of the day, if you can't hold yourself accountable, like try to have someone else, even a gym staff member, have someone else hold you accountable until you are able to hold yourself accountable. There's so many ways, but if you can't rely on yourself, then are you really going to get to your goal? How bad do you want it?
With that being said, we'll see you guys in the next podcast. And again, make sure you guys let us know if you have any other questions or any specific topics you guys want us to cover.
Have a good one, guys.
Later.
Later.